गुड मॉर्निंग फ्रेंड्स, सुबह प्रभात। और वापस हम कंटिन्यू करते हैं हमारी जर्नी टू मिराकुलस मेडिसिन। देयर वाज लाइफ इंसिडेंट व्हिच टुक प्लेस व्हेन आई पास माय थर्ड एमबीबीएस एंड आई बिकम a doctor. I was thinking myself as the final authority on the earth to conquer the death, diseases. I thought we know everything about anatomy of the human body, physiology of the human body, and everything on earth. I thought I'm conquering it. But then suddenly the tsunami struck to our home. The earthquake that I was thinking was too large to handle at that age of my life. And that was my brother, who is elder than me, was working as a marine engineer, came back from his company telling that he is suffering from a psychiatric disease known as schizophrenia. The word which I used to write essay in my third MBBS has actually struck in my life in reality. I was not ready to believe it, but the moment I saw it, the moment various incidents took place in my house with him, has led me to think that what can I do for this? And believe me, it has conquered my all ego, all pride that I used to have for my third MBBS graduation, that I couldn't control it. Even I couldn't do anything for it except making him mute. Like what we put a button on a radio to mute it, or button on a computer to mute it. And that is what has happened. The first time I realized there is no medicine for psychiatric diseases. This has shattered my life thoroughly. And what I was going further forward to this is that I came to my MD first year in a radiology branch, which is a diagnostic field, because I was planning to go to USA for that particular moment to learn more about this. Remember when this tsunami came, I had gone to visit British Council of Library, which was the only library on those days, which has got all the books on the earth. And so I read everything about psychology and schizophrenia and what mental diseases take place. But none of them was confident enough to tell you that which medicine can act on it. I was searching, and nothing happened. That has made me quiet. I was very quiet. For 3 years of my MD, I was quiet. And I passed my MD with stunning gold. My friend whom I used to teach was number 1 and I was number 2 in my radiology medicine, where only 7 people were passed on those particular year, and we were 6 out of them were from KM hospital. So I was flourishing with that metal. But in the deep inside, as my goggles are to cut off my silent tears that comes out, but life does not stop because of that. And I married to a woman who was a really, who is still today, very charming lady, yes. And her father, for what I decided to marry as an instrumental, was PhD in biochemistry, which is one of the toughest science, and he got a award from British Council on those days as a PhD from there, as no further examination needed for this man. Now, what happened that he was also interested in homeopathy science, and the first time after my marriage, when I had a sore throat, I went to his home, because next day I wanted to go to Surat, my place of my father's birthplace, and to have some rituals of the marriage to finish. But my sore throat was growing very bad. I told him that I may not be able to go tomorrow because of the fever which I will going to get, and my sore throat will go to lessen my voice to 0 level. He came and asked me some of the questions like what homeopathic doctor can ask, and I answered, and he put some pills, homeopathic, on my tongue. Small pills on the tongue. I never knew that time the science of quantum physics. I knew only atomic physics. And I wondered how can this small medicine on the tongue can give rise to effect of the medicine. I used to take my antibiotics on that day, and suddenly next morning when I got up, there was no fever. The sore throat was gone 50% down. First time I'm seeing this chamatkar. First time. Or this chamatkar has led me to think over homeopathy science. I asked him how it acts, and he told me simple logic. He said that the tongue has got maximum number of nerves, sensory nerves, which can take that in stimulus to your brain. Remember, it is a stimulus word. You are not taking any medicine as such. It is nerves which conduct a stimulus and give it to the brain to order the whole body those type of antibiotics that you need to kill the disease, bacteria or viruses. On those days we used to think about it as a cause of the sore throat, and then it will silence you. Your voice was good. I wondered what medicine is this science has. I read all the books again. I am a big reader of books. So very sorry that today I am not reading any books and I only go by various podcasts. My son always tells me, Papa, please read books rather than going on podcasts. Don't waste your time on podcasts, on shorts, on various things. But on those days, there was nothing like that. So I read all the books of homeopathy and I realized the science which was hidden for last so many years by Honeyman, which has created this science with proper experiment, and why people have not given it importance to this science. I still wonder, is it the money the factor? I don't know still today what is the factor which keeps on hiding the science from the routine patients, because it has not wondered only once to my sore throat. After that, I take one more incident when there was a hot water which has flashed from my car bonnet. On those days, we used to open the car bonnet and then change the water of cold water, hot water and cold water. We used to change that time in front of the engine. It is there. This tank, when I was about to open with one hand, it was all suddenly my mobile rang that day. It was first time that particular moment it rang and my attention gone, because I used to keep ring not on silence mode. It was always ringing very hard. So suddenly my hand got loosened and the water, which was hot with steam, rushed out and fallen on me. And believe me, the can which I brought from the surrounding area of cold water, I poured on my head and all over the body, the first thing. And the thing was so bad that my eyes were red and I was about to get fainting headache, but I did not. By strong willpower, I knew the treatment of burning is very, very bad in those days. I had done my internship in my KM hospital and I realized that it does not serve any purpose but the screaming which does not stop in spite of giving pethidine and morphine to these people. And they sometimes, because burns are more than 70%, we used to tell, oh, she died, oh, he died. But there was no facial expression change because it was a routine in homeopathy, in allopathic science those days in the hospitals. And we had a license to make them go out of this earth. I was thinking the same line on myself, that I have got more than 50% burn on my whole body, including my eye and face, totally covered with the burning sensation. And before it goes up, I told my young kid, my son Rishabh, to put cold eye pack on my both the eyes intermittently, once here, and I rushed from my place where this has took place to my in-laws' house, homeopathic expert. Let me tell you, though he was a factory owner, I used to tell him homeopathic expert. And I went rushed to his house. In between, I told on mobile phone that please keep medicine ready for me. I am burning and I may faint when I come down. I went to his house. I took cold bath first. Then I was lying on a chatai. My sister-in-law, my wife, my two kids, all, and my mother-in-law, all were surrounding me. And I said, please make my final will, because I don't think I will survive, and soon I will become faint. But please don't admit me in hospital, because I knew to die in hospital is worst thing on this earth you can ever expect to happen to you. So I told them not to put me in hospital and let me die here peacefully. And I asked my sister-in-law and to make a will, and all of a sudden started crying loudly. My father-in-law rushed to the room and told me, Ashish, keep quiet for 30 minutes. This medicine which I am giving on your tongue will act within 30 minutes and you will be all good. Hard to believe because we have seen so many deaths in my own hands in my hospital when they used to come in my emergency room. And he put medicine on my tongue. Again, few small pills of homeopathic. I put it inside my mouth thinking it will take long time. But within not 30 minutes, within 3 minutes it started acting. Like clock was walking around, and I was wondering, the burning session starting from here went like ice. From head to down, the burning session went down like melting ice. I wondered, and I told my father-in-law that, oh, everything is gone, no pain. Is this morphine? No. It was pethidine? No. It was what type of painkiller has got? Wonderful medicine that has changed my way of thinking about medicine. That's why it was a miraculous medicine. It has gone. And then I asked my father-in-law one more favor, that my eye I cannot see now, so I am closing my eye, but do something for my eye, because that is an radiologist's eye. We want it to be there. If it is not there, I am as good as that person. He said, don't worry. I am putting all the things which will make you work like as usual. Now this incident was long back. Today what you see is not my plastic surgery phase. It is that homeopathic medicine phase. And the incident that shows you that what I had, one scar which I can show you here on my right arm, was all over my body, deeper than this. This is just an experiment which I put some, those days homeopathic medicine was not in a vogue, so I put some Bernol. Sorry, they give the name, but that has caused some scarring there. All over the body, I did not put anything. After 2 days, that is next day was Sunday, and on Monday I visited my clinic and I started reporting. My friend who came to know about this wonderful experiment, so-called for them, drastic experiment, so-called for them, unbelievable experiment, asked me to visit ophthalmologist and take certificate that your eyes are proper, then only we'll send you patients. I said, okay. I went to ophthalmologist. He also wondered that how I am surviving without taking any medicine. The so-called pharmacological medicine, what I mean to say. As I will learn that only. But that has changed my life. That has changed the way miraculous medicine available in the world, and still more to go. Miraculous medicine part. So I take pause over here. I thank you for listening to me carefully, silently, without making hush. Thank you, friends, once again.